All right, testing. We are live. How's everybody doing in Facebook land? This is your boy J-Lat, the comedian. Uh, Welcome to my pre-election J-Lat's. Yeah, another podcast. Yep. All right, so I asked a few people to come online with me. Uh, Apparently, they had everything better to do. I have one of my friends, a dear friend of mine, Barbara Joan, who'll be joining me later. Um, So I went on a little rant on Facebook earlier. I'm not going to go over it again. Uh, you could check it out if you want. Not now. Watch this shit now, but it's an earlier rant. Um, a lot of people have questions. A lot of people they don't know politics. So um, for a lot of people, they simply don't know the ins and outs of an election, of how politics work, the game that's oh yeah, it's a game. It's full of players, and who wins, who loses, who cheats. It's a game, and this thing you got to know the game. A lot of people don't know the game. They don't know the rules of the game. So I see a lot of people complaining about the electoral college and the two-party system, and why can't the third-party system? Why aren't we voting for the third party? There are other candidates. Why do I have to pick and choose between these two guys? Uh, and all kinds of stuff. Um, I wanted to get some perspectives. I sent some people a couple of notices if they can to come on the show to get some perspectives. Some of my friends who are politically inclined, who I talk to a lot, um, because I think at this day, especially now, this is a very important election. They say that about every election, but it this one has a different feel to it. It just has a different feel, and way more than way more than 2016. Uh, Way more than when Obama became the first black president. This like feels like there's a lot on the line here, and you can tell by how these Trump supporters are acting, of both sides. I mean, everybody's hyped, but when you're dealing with Trump supporters on the right, it's a different kind of hype. It's a dangerous kind of hype because them motherfuckers get violent quick. They always talk about us and in the media how the left or Antifa or BLM or whatever will break a window or something like that. They always bring that shit up, but the right, Kyle Rittenhouse. That's all I gotta say. Kyle Rittenhouse. That's just the beginning. That shit when they blocked the damn bus, that was just the beginning. That shit where they blocked in my home state, they block the Garden State Parkway. Now, some of you guys aren't from New Jersey. The Garden State Parkway is a highway in New Jersey. It's exclusively in New Jersey that runs the north-south length of the state. And New Jersey is one of the most no, New Jersey is the most populated state in the country, and our roads are just as congested. And the Parkway is one of the major arteries through New Jersey. And right in the middle of it in Woodbridge, Trump supporters blocked it up. Yeah, remember all that shit they was talking about? How protesters are blocking the streets and people need to get to work, and it all that complaining. But they did this shit. Yes, I think it was yesterday. They did this shit, block the streets up. So if somebody had a heart attack, it's not a problem when Chris Christie or they do it. But when somebody gets killed by the police and we do a march or something in the middle of the street, legal march, that shit ain't legal. You can't block a highway. You can't do that. You can't just block a highway. When we do a protest in the street, we're peaceful, just shouting or marching, doing stuff that our First Amendment right says we can do. You got motherfuckers saying, "Oh, if I'm in there, if they're in my way, I get to run them over." I had a friend. Uh, I actually got into it with him. Motorcycle guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but I actually got into it with him. He actually posted a video almost hitting protesters on his motorcycle. saying, they was in his way. So, you know, pumped up the next gear and shoom, right past. They had to get out of his way. He wasn't stopping. So if they stood there, he would have ran them over. Like that was his attitude because he doesn't like what they're. It wasn't that they were standing in the street or in his way. It's like they didn't like what he was saying, or he didn't like what they were saying. So he felt he got to run them over. So, and also with all the right wing people, they stormed the Capitol House in Michigan. Uh, what was her name? Gretmore. Was it Gretmore in Michigan? The governor? Yes, stormed the Capitol House because she did the right thing and shut her state down because COVID cases were up like they are now. And remember, they went into there with guns pointed at not her, but they went in there with guns, threatening her into the state capital of Michigan. But that was all right though. But when you protest against George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, police, killing somebody in their sleep or kneeling on their neck for 9 minutes, that's a problem. But it's okay to run a campaign van and surround it with surround people in a campaign van on a highway in Texas. Oh, you'll get praise from the president. You'll get retweeted from the president if you do that shit. How is this going to end, people? How is this going to end? How is this going to end? So, let's see. Is Barbara still there? Uh, okay, Barbara. I'm done bitching. You there? Yeah, you're
Yeah,
there.
I'm here. Wait a minute. I'm trying to.
We hear you. We see you.
No, I'm trying to get my this back here. I've got this thing like minimized. I can't figure this out.
Oh, your screen. But you can
Yeah,
hear me, right?
yeah. Can
Wait,
you
wait.
see? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, okay. All right, there. I'm back. Okay.
All right, wait. Let me give you the proper introduction. So, coming from Orange, New Jersey, she's an actress. She's a teacher. She teaches improv. We worked together many times. She did my improv show with me when I first my first shows I produced. Uh, Give it up, everybody, for I don't know what name you're gonna go by, but I'll just
Just
go with
Barbara. Barbara.
Barbara. All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
all right, all right. Let me start over. Hold on. You messed me up now.
Sorry.
Give it up for Barbara.
Ooh, echo. That's nice.
I know I got a little switchboard there. Hey, Barbara, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's
I'm doing
good.
good. Pretty chill.
You nervous?
I don't know about what. About
Monday
the
night football game. You
uh,
nervous? Who's going to come out? No,
no,
the
about the
election.
election.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous
Why not?
because no matter what happens, because we don't know what's going to happen, we
Yeah.
have to keep moving forward
Yes.
no matter what. So to be upset and to go crazy is not the strategic or intelligent thing to do. I don't think. I mean, going through everything this year, I went through a lot of like emotions and things, and especially with, Black Lives Matter and then the Trump supporters. I mean, I had somebody I went to high school with, I had to like defriend them because I mean, he was just like blind Trump supporters. You couldn't say anything to him. And I'm just like, I can't talk to you.
Hmm.
And then so I kind of went from being very passionate, very upset, kind of like arguing with people. And I think I went a little too far at one point. I kind
Yeah,
of ticked
yeah.
I kind of ticked somebody off, and they were kind of like, I'm gonna like, I might have to sue you. So I was like, okay, maybe I better back
Wait.
up.
They said they have to sue you, or you might have to sue them.
They would have to sue me
Why?
for what I said.
All right, whatever. I mean, I don't know what you could have said that, but
But anyway,
yeah, yeah.
my point
You're talking to
being,
Trump supporters, so they,
right,
yeah,
right.
there's snowflakes in their own ways.
But so after that happened, I kind of like I said, okay, I have to calm down. All right. And after that, you just sort of then I said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be discussing things with people. I'm just going to stand up for what I believe in. And that's it. I'm not arguing with anybody because that's just giving me agita and making other people upset.
Yeah.
So so that gets back to me not being upset about whatever is going to happen. Probably the thing I'm most upset about America, I feel like we're losing our democracy. Um, we're losing our freedoms, and this is trying to turn into some kind of dictatorship, and that is really, 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 really bad. And so hopeful. I don't know. From this point on, I think somehow we as Americans have to be able to talk to each other as human beings. Even I mean, Trump supporters versus Biden supporters. We
Mm.
have to somehow put down our politics and like try and look at each other like human beings. Like, what is it that we want, and how can we?
I'm listening to you. I'm trying to adjust my microphone.
Okay, and how can we work together, or not even work together? Maybe how can we walk down this road of life and not, kill each other off?
Do you think that's possible? I think we're just so far gone. Like we're just we don't hear each other. One side has like their own world, like literally, like their own set of. I wouldn't say facts. There's just stuff they believe, and it can't be changed. Oh, here, still here's echo. Hold on. Okay, yeah, they can't be changed. You know,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
like their own reality, and there's nothing like you can provide. Like math, you can't argue with math. It's 5 plus 5 is always 10. But to them it's 11, and you can't. There's those people, and I don't know how you get across to them
I
unless it has to be. It has to be a tragedy. Like I see now, COVID people who are trying. I see it on CNN all the time. They're interviewing them. Like, you know what? I was one of the people. I didn't think COVID was real. I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't understand all the mask wearing and all that. Now, two of my family members have died, and I real, like that. It has to be something like that that hits them. It has to be something real, and it's not real for a lot of people. That goes for COVID. That goes for Trump. Like they don't. They're not us. They don't. People of color. They can't see our lives. They can't see the stuff he says, and I think even younger people. They don't like our parents lived through the civil. I don't know if yours did. Mine's did. They lived through segregation, Jim Crow. They know when Trump says stuff like "stand back, stand by," or talks about the white people. White. He didn't say white women. He said women in the suburbs. They're going to come into your neighborhoods. He's talking about black people.
Yeah, he's talking about the huge problem that we have here in America. He's just talking about it. And I think at this point in time, we've reached a point where everything is out in the open. It has to come out in the open.
Mm.
It's like, okay, it's like when I hate to say this, but it's like when you have like, say, a zit or something.
Mm-hmm.
To get rid of that zit, it has to pop, right? All this pus has to come out in
Yeah.
order to get rid of it. This point in time in our nation, the pus is running.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
pus is running out,
yeah,
and it has to.
yeah.
It
I, I
has to.
I think I think it popped when Obama was elected president.
Yeah, that was the pinprick.
Yeah, that's when they said, "All right, we're losing this nation. We got to step up." First it was the Tea Party, then came Trump. You know, like a lot of people, Obama was the exact opposite. Like we thought we reached a new, but really, what happened was America. This is like its last stand. It's racism, and bigotry. It's the last stand. And they're going to go out. They ain't going out without a fight, and that's what makes me nervous. You know, because these people are angry. Like I was listening to some comedian friends earlier that I
Hmm.
know are into Trump. They're angry, and I'm like contemplating with myself, like, should I? Because remember when Clinton lost? Oh man, it was they was laughing about people crying. Oh man, they loved it. You know, I'm like, and there's a group on Facebook I'm in that just right wingers always talking shit, and I don't say nothing
Hmm.
like because they're Trump supporters. You can't reason with them. I'm just saying that like, oh, Biden wins Wednesday. Whew, I'm just gonna go in there and be like, y'all okay? Y'all good? Y'all want a hug? Like,
You know
y'all,
what? You know
I
what?
don't want to do that because they're they're the ones that'll go out and get a gun and just shoot up a Walmart somewhere. Like that's how serious they are. Like we cry, we complain about it, like, oh, this country's some bullshit. We'll do that, but we ain't gonna shoot up a place. We're not gonna do what Kyle Rittenhouse did or Dylan Roof or somebody like that. We ain't gonna do that. Even with all the bad shit Trump has done, we don't do that, but they will. They'll do that shit. Because that's what they do, and because they think, first of all, they think they can get away with it. That's the
See,
worst one.
I think that's the problem. Is that no one's like making them realize they're not going to get away with it.
Yeah,
Because at a certain point, people aren't just going to stand there and get shot. They're going to start shooting back.
yeah. Oh yeah, I contemplate getting a gun. I'm actually, yeah, because it's Jersey, but yeah, I'm thinking to myself like, shit might get real. This is Jersey. We're not in the see. I feel bad for people in the battleground states. Like New Jersey's going to be blue. Even though there's a lot of Trump people here, like what happened in Woodbridge, I was talking about the
Uh
people
huh.
blocking the turn. I mean, the Garden State Parkway. There's a lot of if you're not in Newark, Patterson, Trenton, or Camden, or Jersey City, Elizabeth, if you're in Hunterdon or Sussex County or Warren,
Hmm.
that's Mississippi. it's basically is New Jersey slash Mississippi.
Oh.
Is farmland and Trump supporting white people out there. That's about it. You know, that's what's crazy about Jersey. Like you're no more than about 40 minutes away from a city at any point in New Jersey. But if you're 40 minutes from that city, you're in Mississippi.
So, okay, let me offer you this conversation. So, I was listening to somebody and they were talking about why black Americans are disenfranchised. And they were saying because we don't have money, because if we had money, then we could pay off the politicians and they would do what we want. So it's about who you could pay off.
So he just
What
believed
what do you think about
he
that?
just thought the whole government is corrupted. Like it's not. First of all, again, is who thinks they can get away with, like a lot of conservatives think they can get away. They have the attitude I can get away with it. And they have so far. There's just mad corruption with Russia, Ukraine, all that shit, and they've gotten away with it. I when I took martial arts in East Orange, Mayor Ted Green was now the mayor of East Orange. He it
Hmm.
was his school there, and he was telling me like he was a councilman at the time. He said, "No, the reason why like the mayor of Newark got in trouble, the mayor of Orange got in trouble by Christie prosecuted both of them, which led to his rise as governor." He said they took shortcuts. Like you got to go through the proper channels. You want to open up a salon, you got to get this permit, you got to get that permit, you got to pay for all this stuff. But what
Yeah.
they do is hey, forget that permit. Here's about
Yeah,
$5,000.
there was some recent corruption in Orange too.
Yeah, that's what they do. They cut corners. They get somebody that want to cut corners, and they take that money. Now they got them. You know, it's like the movie American Gangster. Denzel Washington said, "You know what? See the cop, buy him a cup of coffee. Once he take that coffee, I know I got him. You know, because if he's willing
See,
to
so
accept
we're
that,
back. See, we're
yeah,
back to that conversation.
yeah, that,
But
that that's the corruption there. I mean, but it's the willingness of the participant. You know, you can't just bribe anybody. Nobody's gonna risk their political career for open up a damn spa. Like it's, like you gotta
it
go.
depends on the kickback.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends on the kickback. Oh.
I mean, there's better ways. I mean,
No,
I
I mean
mean,
they
yeah,
shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't.
yeah. I mean, as far as black people, you know what? I think I was watching Roland Martin's show. They said one of the things, it's access to business for black people. Like we can't get loans for businesses. We can't get loans for anything really. Like our credit's usually shot. They don't take a chance with us unless it's some subprime bullshit that's going to catch us later. They'll do that shit.
Yeah,
Or
but we don't stick together. That's
no, we
a
don't.
big problem. That's
We
a
don't.
huge problem.
We don't.
We don't, frequent black businesses. We don't think about that. And that's really something that's needed. We need our own economic base
Yeah,
that
but
we can.
when we do, you know what? The also issue is it's a two-way street. I don't like black businesses that don't want to give you the price up front. I hate that shit.
No, no,
Like,
you have to be
yeah,
reputable. You can't
yeah,
just be like, well, I'm a black business, therefore,
yeah.
like even like where I work, like up in Hackensack, there I went to there's one like soul food place I go to. The food's good.
Mhm.
All right. I will go back to this place. Another place opened up. It was like this what were they making? Burritos and stuff. They had it on their door. They're like black owned business. All right. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, let me go in here. I got that stuff. They gave me some like the rice was like dried up kind of and I'm like, I can't come back here.
I don't mean to shout this plate. I don't even want to. I don't even going to call it out. But it was a Jamaican spot. I love Jamaican restaurant. I love Jamaican food,
Uh-huh.
even though I'm not Jamaican. But I went. I Ubered Eats there. Because once I park where I live at, I can't leave my spot because they gave me nowhere else to park at. So I get an Uber Eats from this restaurant in Bloomfield.
Yeah.
So I look on the thing. It says jerk lamb. Never had jerk lamb before. It was
Uh-huh.
14 damn dollars. Now it just said jerk lamb, so I'm thinking that's a meal. Like it comes with rice. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna charge $14. That's a meal, right? When I got to when the Uber guy came and he handed me the thing, and I felt like, like when you pick up a suitcase
Yeah, you
and
have
you
some
thought
weight
it
on
was
it.
full, but it
Right.
wasn't. That's how I grabbed it out of his hand. Like what the?
Like your hand flew up in the air.
It was a tiny cup with like 10 pieces of lamb, jerk lamb. It was the jerk sauce was good, but it was just 10 pieces of jerk lamb.
You
I
were the jerk who bought this
Yeah. I
stuff.
spent 20 and it was 14, but after delivery fee and then you tip the driver, it's like 20. I spent $20 for like eight pieces of jerk lamb. I was so pissed. And
Right.
I picked up food. I do Uber Eats sometimes too, so I picked up food from them. I never knew there was a drink, and I give them all a chance. Like whenever I had the few spots around me, so I
Yeah.
never had tried this spot. I was so pissed because that's all it said there. But you assume for $14 you get rice or something along with it, like the rice. Every Jamaican spot gives you rice and cabbage and or
You know what
plantain.
they say about assuming, right?
Yeah, I know that.
So.
Yeah, but I think they could have been, like I don't know, $14 just for like I
But
don't
see,
know
you're
if
not
it's
going back, so
yeah, I'm not. I,
you're
I
done with
I
them.
I was nice to them by not giving them a bad review. Like I think I was being nice to them just by doing that shit.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes you have to make that decision. Like just don't go back there. Like don't give them my money.
Right.
Like yeah, like the laundromat around the corner from me. I go to the laundromat. uh, I go in there. It's a Spanish lady there. Uh, I go in there. My clothes are still in my trunk. So I go in there about to get the change and get the cart to get my clothes. I I I walk towards the change machine and the lady stops like, no, no change, no change. Change machine don't work. Like this is a laundromat. How the hell is your change machine not gonna work? Like how do people pay then? Like they want to walk around with like 20 quarters in my pocket? Like, no, I need change. She's like, no, no. Then she changes like, no, only customer, only customer. Like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm a customer. Like, what do you think I'm about to go to an arcade somewhere? Like, what do you think? I got a 10 in my hand. What do you think I'm gonna do with 40 quarters? Like, other than wash clothes? I
Oh
said,
yeah.
ma'am, I'm getting all right, get your clothes, like get your clothes. And then I was like, all right. So I walked towards the back, and then she's like, no, sir, get your clothes. Like, I'm getting a cart for my clothes. And at that point, I stopped and said, you know what? I'm going to the one down the street. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get ignorant and argue with you. So I got in my car. She's right in front of me. I just like gave her the finger as I drove off. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like sometimes you just have to make that, that short decision. Just not go back there. Just don't give them my money. Don't give them
No,
money. You
because
know?
they're poor
Yeah,
service.
yeah. I don't like when a Chinese store asks me for money before they give me the food. Like they do that shit all the time.
Oh.
I hate that. You
Oh,
know?
I got a funny
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant story.
Ugh,
So
I hate that shit.
we went to this place, and this was in Chinatown, okay? So we're walking around, and I see a lot of Chinese people in this restaurant. So I said, it must be good. Chinese people are in here. So we go in there, and we start to order, and there's this guy there, and he's like, "Oh, you ordered to go? You're ordering to go?" Like, no, we're staying. Oh, oh, oh. And then, so we sit down, and there's like two sides to the restaurant, right? So we'd
Mhm.
sit down on the one side, and then I think there was some other people on that side. Then, after a while, we were the only ones on that side. And I kid you not, they came out with the bucket and the mop and started mopping up on our side. And you could just smell this bleach. And we're looking at them like, wow, you really don't want us in here, do you?
Wow.
It's crazy. But you
That's
have to
worse
laugh,
than hurry up and buy. Like that's the
right?
wow.
Oh, and don't speak Chinese to anybody because they get mad.
Wow.
Yeah. There's this lady, she owns this place. What is it? God, this is in Chinatown. It's this little dumpling place, and it's well known. And you can get like five dumplings in there for like $1.
Hmm.
So
If I ate
I went in
dumplings, I'm
there,
sure that was good. Okay.
you know.
I
So
know. I don't eat dumplings, but
I
I
went in
know.
there, and don't ever make this mistake. So I was like, "Ni hao." Oh, she looked at me like, "Oh, who the heck you think you are?" And like every time I would go in there, she would like overcharge me. Oh man! And then I think I had one more story. What was this? So we had gone somewhere. Oh yeah, that pay now thing, right?
Yeah.
Pay before. So we ordered food, and she like, pay now, pay now. So I had been studying some Chinese, so I think I said to her, what did I say? I said like, I don't understand what you're saying. I was like, what do you mean by nishwa shenma? I know she I know she know what I said. She walked away. We still had to pay now though.
Yeah. Like, do they have a problem with people just ordering food and just never coming back? Like, why do I have to give you the money now? Like, it's customarily, it's not even like a big deal, but it's just custom. Like, when you get
No,
the product, that's when you exchange the money. Like you
yeah,
telling me to pay now is like you don't trust me to even actually
exactly,
stay
exactly,
here to get the food. Like you think that's
exactly.
my thing? I just like, hey, let me get 4 chicken wings or fried rice. Okay. All right. Hey, where are you going? I'll be right back. And just never see me again. Like, is
And
that what you guys are going through? Like, come on. Like, it's a tiny
so
Chinese restaurant. Where am I going?
so this all goes right back to this whole racism thing that
Yeah, we went off track.
goes through all of America, all through our society,
Yeah.
which is what is the problem right now.
So you have a
Pretty
unique
much
you
front and
have a
center.
unique perspective, Barbara. You are half white, correct?
No.
I thought you were half white. Are you
I'm like,
serious?
no, I'm not
Not even
half
a
white.
quarter?
I think I'm a third. Okay,
A
okay.
third? What do you have? Three
Hold, hold,
parents? What do you mean a
hold on,
third?
hold on.
Shh.
Okay, wait a minute. My sister had her DNA done. Okay, I didn't have mine done yet. Well, I
Okay.
did, but I'm still waiting for the results. I used like AfricanAncestry.com, so I'm
Okay.
waiting. Anyway, she did it with like what is that? You one two
23 and me.
yeah, 23andMe.
Mm,
So the breakdown was like I was 30% English. Wait, no, what was it now? It was like
30% English.
32% Nigerian,
Mm-hmm.
30% English, and like 24% Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I knew I had some Scottish because it was like my great grandfather was Scottish, so I had like 1% Scottish, and I have like 1% Native American, at
Oh.
1% Mexican.
So you don't have a parent that's white then?
Well, my dad sort of looked white, but he wasn't white,
Oh. All right.
kind of
So
like that. So like I grew up not. I didn't grow up as like seeing myself as a mixed person.
mm-hmm.
Didn't grow up like that. Like my
Mm,
father looked like Puerto Rican,
mm.
but he always considered himself black.
Okay.
So in our house, we were just, black Americans. But later on in life, people, they treat me not like that. They treat me like I'm mixed. They're
Uh,
like, "What are you?" So I
yeah, yeah.
kind of didn't get that
Isn't it
education.
amazing how people need to know what are you like
Oh, please.
yeah, it's like we gotta know what you are. Like, what's your race? I need to know. I need to know if you're
Oh, let's
like,
see. I'm a human being.
yeah.
Wow.
Wait, you're Spanish? Oh, I need to know. I need to. It's like, I mean, it's good to know the diversity of something. Like if it's divulged to me, fine, but I don't need to know it.
Yeah,
I don't need to. It's not a need to know thing. I would like. I mean, if we
because
get to know somebody, but just meeting somebody, you
yeah,
should not be all in their ethnicity. I mean,
because your skin doesn't like the way you look doesn't
yeah,
necessarily correspond to what you believe
yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah.
You could what was that lady saying about the attorney general in Kentucky? They said
All skin
some
folk ain't kinfolk.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like that,
Oh,
but
speaking of which, that's why I wanted to have. I called a couple of black females from their political perspectives on this. So I was watching Roland Martin,
yeah.
and they were making a case with all, especially with all the Ice Cube thing and the 50 Cent. Even though he says he was trolling, but whatever. With Kanye West or Lil Wayne, um,
All these
black,
people they're just hedging their bets.
yeah.
That's all they're doing.
Well, I'm also to another point, black men maybe we'll see, black men may be a problem, and more of them are either pro Trump or pro third party or pro not voting. It's a huge block that would if that block wasn't there, would probably put us well over top, probably give us the Senate, stuff like that, because the Senate's
Mm.
important too, along with getting
Oh
rid of
yeah,
Trump.
yeah.
The Senate is a no whole. Mitch McConnell in ways is worse than Trump, and is Trump's enabler. So the Senate, y'all talk about the price. Oh, I can't stand either one. the Senate too, man. Like
Oh
we
yeah.
need that. They're the ones that approve the Supreme Court justices.
And the Congress, they're all up
Yeah,
for re-election, so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all important.
But the Supreme Court, man, like they're one of your biggest problems. Trump wouldn't do half the shit he did if Mitch McConnell didn't let him. Trump would be on his P's and Q's. He would not be doing the shit he did if the Supreme Court.
Look at Mitch McConnell. He's like a turtle. This guy.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
can't
even like.
stand it.
He's
I don't
like.
even think he's human.
I know. He's like. He looks like a turtle.
Yeah, his hands are turning brown for some reason. You
Are
see this
they?
shit? Yeah, his hands are turning like black. I don't. What the hell is going on? These guys are not human. Something is wrong.
God is the biggest comedian.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, he's
Mike
like,
Pence with his red eyes and the flies attract. Something's going on here. Something's going on. I don't know if it's body snatching or something going, but something's going on here.
oh yeah, what is that? Cloning?
Cloning, body snatching, or they're
Something like this?
alien homing. I don't know, but these guys like they're not human. They don't have sorry. They don't have human empathy like a human would. They don't care about things that humans would. Mike Pence is just a Republican robot machine. That's all he cares about, like power. That's what Mike Pence's only thing he cares about ever is power.
And
And
he's
that
got
it all to
think about the hair, right? Think about Mike Pence's hair.
not Mike Pence. I'm sorry, Mitch McConnell.
Oh, all right.
Mitch McConnell.
I mean, if you want to get
Mike
back
Pence
to
is a
that,
robot too. He's
yeah,
a
but
robot.
like
He's robotic too.
his hair, his hair, does it ever move?
No,
I don't.
he's like Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper has that same kind of hair. Like it's just beautifully silver for some reason. Like
Yeah,
I once tweeted Anderson Cooper. He never responded, but it was a Anderson Cooper. That you're
you know,
when you go
that's
through
a
a
hard
metal.
look to get. That's a hard
Yeah,
look to get.
yeah. Does when you go through a metal detector at the airport, does your hair make it go off? Because that shit looks like it's aluminum. Anderson Cooper's hair is like so. It's like Wolverine claws. Like it's just like perfectly silver.
Yeah, but his hair looks good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Anderson Cooper. Yeah.
His hair
Yeah.
looks good.
That shit is flawless.
Yeah,
Shit is
he looks
flawless.
good.
Yeah.
And
No,
that
but no, but yeah, as far as Mitch McConnell, he's the worst. Like I can't stand him. Trump is who he is, you know? Trump is gonna be who he is. You know, but Mitch McConnell, he's an adult. He knows it's wrong. He knows what he does is wrong, but he just doesn't care.
I think
Motherfucker said
I think
he
Trump knows
said
exactly what he's doing.
yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not saying he
all
doesn't
the
know what he's
time.
doing, but Trump is who he is, you know? He
Yeah.
can't be anything else but him. But Mitch McConnell, he knows better. You know, Mitch McConnell blocked Barack Obama's Supreme Court nomination with the bullshit saying there's election coming up, and we all know there was bullshit. You just don't want to. His whole existence right now is the Supreme Court and the federal court. That's why I tell people all the time that all talk all this shit. Like, do you know all they want is the courts? That's all they want. They want to stack the courts with their people because they know that the country is going in another direction, but they're going to keep the country in their little white racist train of thought with the Supreme Court and the federal courts. And that's the game, man. People don't see that. People don't see the game.
Actually, the game is the domain of the mind.
Hmm.
Who has control of the mind? That's the real game.
All right, you're gonna have to explain that because you went a little deep. What do you mean by the plane of the mind?
The domain of
Domain
the
of the
mind.
mind. What do you mean by that?
What you believe directs your behavior.
Okay.
It directs your behavior. So, okay, it's kind of like that thing about the elephant. There's an elephant and he has like a little rope around his leg, and the rope is tied to something. And the elephant doesn't move because he's tied to something, because he believes that he can't move. But the elephant is very powerful, and all he has to do is walk away. That little thing can't do anything to him. But he believes that he can't. So it all depends on what you believe. What are your rules that govern you?
Hmm.
What are the rules that govern you?
Hmm.
Is it somebody else's rules?
Hmm.
Is it your rules?
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's the mind. It's the mind. And basically, if half of America or more than half of America doesn't agree with the directions of the court or the government, then that direction can't continue. It can't exist.
I mean, it's law though.
I can't hear you good.
I mean, it's. I'm sorry, it's law though.
Yeah, slavery used to be law.
No, I'm not saying that makes it right. I'm saying if a cop pulls you over for whatever reason, unless you want to have a police chase, you got to pull over.
Yeah, you got to pull over.
Yeah.
You got to pull over.
Even if you did nothing wrong, which happens to me all the time, I got to. That's why I never understand. These people talking about compare like police shooting and killing people is a problem, and you can't compare it to like when people say Black Lives Matter. Well, what about black people getting shot and killed? That is a problem, but those are two different problems we can face at the same time. Also, if gangbangers are driving behind me, I don't have to pull over for them. You know,
No, you probably have to not pull over and keep going
yeah.
a
I
lot
mean,
faster.
what I'm saying is they don't, just by them flashing the light does not mean I have to pull over, unless they surround me or something like that. But by authority, cops can, it's like I told my friend, difference between power and authority is putting a red light in front of you and making you stop. Power is putting a brick wall in front of you to make you stop.
Okay.
We listen to cops because of their authority, because they're the law. They have the power to arrest you and all that stuff, but we when they flash the signal, we pull over. That's the law. So when you have laws, even if they're unjust, even if they're a problem, that's why that was the issue with the civil rights. We all knew they was fucked up. We all knew that you know having a colored section or not serving people because they're sitting in a certain part of a lunch table or making people sit in a certain part of a bus. We all knew those were laws, though. You know, there were laws, and you get thrown in jail or get tickets if you didn't follow them. And
But that
it took a
but that's
revolution.
right, but that's what happened. People did do that.
Yeah,
They went in and they broke the law.
yeah,
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 and went
exactly.
to jail too. And
Yeah,
they
and they
were
went
like,
to jail.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It takes a revolution. It takes stuff what we're doing now, voting. So back to my original question or my thought about black men versus black women. So black women are doing their thing, you know. They are. They're out there. They've been out there. Black Lives Matter. Black women started that. I even get black men talking shit about, oh, it was a gay woman who did that. Like, so what? They're black too. Gay people are black. Why does that have to be an issue? You know? Gay
A lot,
dude, gay dude driving his car at night. Cop don't know he gay. He's still gonna get pulled over because he's an N-word.
right,
You know? So
right.
why y'all being like that?
Because we have a lot of
I know the reason. I'm just
problems.
saying.
We have a lot of
Yeah, I know.
division.
I know the reason. I'm just saying, like, that's the shit people be on. So I'm saying black women are doing their thing. They're leaders. They're stepping up. Black men, I'm not saying all black men aren't. I'm saying we're lagging behind and we're on some bullshit. Like a lot of black men I talk to are on that bullshit, or they're just defeatists. Like, oh, we're screwed up either way. I hear so many of them saying that. Oh, America's still gonna be fucked up whether Biden wins or Trump wins. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. You know.
So right. So the extension of that conversation is, well, all right, if you believe that, then what are you going to do about
Nothing.
it?
It's just complaining.
That's really
Yeah, it's forever complaining. I have a friend on my Facebook post. He was talking to me earlier. Nothing but complaining. Every time I talk to him, he complains about COVID and the fact that he has to wear a mask and that he'll get fined for wearing a mask. And he always brings it to the extreme. Like, what if the government told you to wear a hazmat suit? Would you wear it? Um, you wear a hazmat suit because there's hazardous materials around you. So it wouldn't be the government telling you that. It'll be like common sense. Like if a hazardous if you work for a company and a truck carrying hazardous materials fell over the highway and they said, look, this truck had such and such material, you need to put this on. You're going to wear it. It's like, because it's common sense. Like, same
Well,
thing here. You're going to you wear the mask because it's common sense,
no,
you
that's
know?
true. But I just want to offer you this is that okay, the way the way Trump behaves, it's like he's trying to like scramble our brains with just craziness,
Mm.
like to make you like literally out of your mind
Mm-hmm.
so that you can't think properly,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're seeing I mean like so much crazy stuff all the time, so it's kind of like you need to like step back, take a step back
And you know
and
how easy that is? Like, Trump comes from that. He's learned this from like being a reality show person and
uh-huh.
all that Tim Robbins shit that, like, don't get me wrong, Tim Robbins is a great motivation speaker, but he's also part of stuff that where they sell people dreams, where people are just engaged in selling dreams that are very, it's like a multi-link marketing scheme, like, if you ever been a part of those, they do everything to just bring your mind to think that you could be rich off of this bullshit. To think positive, always think positive, never think negative. Do it. One guy said, you know, he was trying. I remember I got signed up with this shit from a friend of mine. Like they always do. It's always a friend of yours. It always pulls you in by some bullshit,
Yeah.
And he was telling me about all this stuff you should do. Like, hey, $100, come to this mansion. We could talk how to expand your upline or whatever, your downline. And I said, I gotta work. I can't. I have to work. I'm on schedule.
Hmm.
And he's like, I would try this approach, man. This approach is it. He smiles like, do you want to do you want to make money with a smiling face? You want to make money? Like, you want to make money? It's like, yeah, like, but that's the thing they do. Like they schmooze you, and that's what Trump does. Trump is from that mindset of getting you to, what's that called when they offer you all this stuff to get this crazy housing situation. What's that shit called?
The pyramid scheme?
No, it's like a pyramid. What's it called? Where they offer you like a free hotel stay.
Oh yeah, those I know
What?
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
what's it called? It's a real estate investment thing,
Yeah,
and
the I forget what. Yeah, I forget what you call
you're stuck with all the fees and shit like that, and then you got to pay somebody else to get you out of it. It's like those things, but they offer you all this stuff ahead of you, and they keep throwing people at you with different prices to pay for and all this shit.
it. Yeah, it's a
It
high pressure sales.
Yeah,
High
I
pressure
went. I went to one of these things in Madison, not Madison, at Jacobs Javits convention, offering all this shit, trying to get me to spend $300. Like, all right, everybody. I want everybody to scream really loud, and I'll knock down the price of $200 to 300. Like it was 500. Oh, y'all gotta scream louder. Like, and I saw what he's doing. He's getting everybody in this jovial mode.
right and emotional too.
Yeah,
Once
thinking
you
you're saving something and making you happy. And they came to me, he's like, all right, sir, are you ready? I was like, I had no money on me. Like, I said, I don't get paid like that. And at the point, they realize you ain't got shit. They just don't want nothing to do with you.
yeah, they'll tell
They
you
treat you
behind
like
to go
shit.
home.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, you can go."
Yeah, you can go. They don't need you no more because they want your money. That's what they want. They want your money. That's what it's all about. Trump wants your vote. Trump wants your vote. And he's psyching you out. He's not going to make you rich, but he thinks you're getting rich. He,
Yeah,
he think
he'll just say anything to get what he wants.
Yeah, that's how multi-link market link people do. They'll get you in there. It's always your friend. They'll take you. I remember a short story. A girl I dated, a woman I dated, and we went out, and then I hear from her like 6 months later. She just starts calling me out the blue, and she
Mm.
says, "Hey, Taj, you want to come to this party? A party with you? Okay. Wow, out of nowhere. All right." And then she's like, all right, Wednesday night. Wait, a Wednesday night party? What the fuck party is
Mhm.
on a Wednesday night? What? I thought that was kind of weird, but I went along with it. So she
Uh-huh.
gives me the address. It's in South Orange. It's like a nice house on Gregory Avenue in South Orange.
Oh my God, I know the person.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I swear
You
to
got
God.
sucked into this too?
Is this is this landmark?
I don't know the names. I don't remember anybody's name. But here's what happened. I go in the house. I'm thinking it's a party. Now remember, she said a party.
Right.
She didn't give me any of her information. She didn't say whose birthday party. She just said it's a party. That's how vague she was about all this. So I go in there. Doesn't seem like a party. Like I go in there. There's some like little hors d'oeuvres and stuff on the table out there. But I don't hear music. I don't see no balloons or nothing that would suggest a
Okay.
party. I go in the living room and there's like 7 or 8 people sitting in a circle and a TV's playing with this guy on the TV and there's these like bottles and shit on the table. And right then I knew it because I've been through this shit before.
What is
Right.
it?
Well, so I'm listening, I'm watching the guy and I'm Googling as they talking to him, I'm reading like, yeah, it was some seaweed bullshit. They were selling seaweed and selling it like, and then they had a guy come in there, and I'm looking, the girl that invited was looking at, she just sitting there like, I'm looking at her like, are you kidding me? This is the party? Like, when's the party starting?
What was her cut?
Yeah, the guy comes in there. Let me tell you what the guy came in there selling to us. He was telling the see, it was a multi-link marketing thing. Basically, had to do the downline bullshit and sell these stupid ass products, which is their way to make it legal. Other than that, it's just a pyramid scheme. It's just your brand, but they attach a product to it. That was a product. Seaweed is seaweed shit. I'm looking up the and I'm looking up the guy. The guy was under federal indictment before all this, and he just changed it to a
Oh,
new thing. Like all this is available on Google. Like, and I'm looking at it, and this is like 10 years ago. This is like before everything in Google was popping. I had my little cheap ass phone out reading this shit. And this guy comes in there as like a black dude, a motivational speaker. And he's saying this stuff here, it can cure cancer. Seaweed stuff. He's telling us it shit will cure cancer. Then this is the funniest shit. This is the shit that he's tries to psych us out with. He said, guess what? If you get like 3 people or sell them out a certain amount of merchandise, we will give you a brand new Mercedes Benz. And he had to say, you, sir, he pointed at me. What kind of Benz you want? You want the 6?
wow.
And I have no interest in any of this shit. Like, what kind of Benz you want? I don't even know Benz like that. I wouldn't even know a number if you told like I don't know Benzes like that. I say, yeah, give me the 6. Okay, you get a 6. These motherfuckers giving away cars. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I talked to her. I was so mad at her. I was like, yo, why didn't you just tell me what that shit was? Because you know I was going to say no. So you bullshitted. You bullshitted me. Like that's messed up. How like you actually think I'm gonna spend like $500 or whatever? That's what they wanted. $500 to sign up with that shit.
Did they have like a refund policy?
I didn't pay. I didn't. Barbara, I've
No,
been
no, no. Like,
I've been through it before and I didn't get my money back. So I spent $300 before. And this is like 2008 or 9 when I was a substitute teacher not making any money. Like that was a lot. That was like my income tax money. Like I was so
no.
mad at my friend. He brought
I've
me in that
done.
shit and I see him like, and then I see him again. I'm like, yo, man, what happened to that? Oh man, I'm done with that. Like, motherfucker, you was all over that shit when you was brought me in and now it's like nothing. I'm sorry.
He had enough seaweed. He had enough seaweed.
Yeah. No, that's the issue that now back to Trump, that's what he does though.
Right, right.
He throws that, hey, what kind of 6? What kind of car you want? You want that Mercedes Benz? Say which
Which
one you want. Say it. I want that 6. Yeah.
which gets back to how do you keep yourself sane and thinking for yourself? You
Hmm.
have to be able to get in touch with yourself and what you think is right, what you think is best for you, what you think you should do. Because throughout this whole thing, that's what was really bothering me a lot. Like, I feel like I should be doing something. Like, what is it that I should do, to try and help the situation?
Hmm.
So I joined the NAACP.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Not that I did anything, but I did join, and I joined. Come on. And I joined also with ACLU. So
Oh, good job.
I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, let me do something. And I went to one protest in Orange since it was in my town. I was like,
I went to
okay.
one in Newark. I went to one in Newark. Yeah.
I said, all right, I can go to this. Yeah, so I did do that, and um, but it just gets back to you have to think for yourself. And like, I'm a pretty spiritual person, so
I'm
I
not. Yes, but go ahead.
okay. Oh, that's true. I forgot, but no, I
No,
do.
no. Tell your story. No, I'm
No,
not. I'm
no,
not.
no. So
Yeah.
I believe in God, and I
Hmm.
really do believe that in the end, good is going to triumph over the bad. I don't see how these people, I don't know how long it might take, but
Yeah.
there's no way
Well.
that they're going to win. But that's not the point. The point of it is that I'm a spiritual person, and I think it's important to to try and pray or meditate and just get away from all this stuff that's out here around you and listen
Hmm.
and be quiet and listen and figure things out that way. Don't always like look out for answers. You have to
Yeah.
look in. You have to look in.
Well, sometimes the answers are right in front of you. You just have to open your eyes and see it.
Yeah.
They're right in front of
And
you. I agree. I agree. I think not only it's not even a spiritual thing that good trying so that good will come out. It's just the better thing. Like you're gonna eat the food that tastes better, that's better prepared and better cooked. It's going to get eaten before the food that is not better prepared and better cooked.
but bad food tastes good now. Hold up.
Well, it depends on the food,
Like
you
White
know.
Castle, that
Oh,
tastes good.
well, there's a
It's
reason they've
bad.
been in. Yeah, it's bad
It's
for
bad for
you.
you. It's bad for you, but it tastes good. So,
Well, yeah,
you
that's
know,
what. But it got the point is it gets eaten.
yeah, it gets
It gets
eaten.
consumed.
Right.
You know.
So you have
So
to make a choice. Like,
yeah,
wait a minute, am I gonna eat this, even though it smells good, it tastes good, but it's gonna kill me in the end?
yeah, you don't eat too much of it.
Right. So
Yeah,
like, I should not be doing that. I should be eating something else.
yeah. What I'm saying is this: is that even if you're not spiritual, even if whatever
Hmm.
God you believe in, whatever it is, or if you're humanistic, um, yes, good will triumph because good improves our situation. If we're at war with each other and killing each other or putting people in poverty, that's not good. You know, we're not, and people aren't going to stand for that. It doesn't last.
Yeah.
Anybody who's tried it, whether it's communism, or totalitarianism or fascism, everybody who's tried it, it doesn't work in this modern time. It might have worked in the ancient time because they didn't know better, but at these
Yeah.
times, it's not going to work.
I
What
mean, if
Trump
you
is
just
doing is not going to work. Even if he wins on Tuesday,
right,
not going to work.
because in the because in the universe there is a balance of things,
Yes, universe is
right?
balance.
There's a balance.
Nature is balance. That's what nature needs.
Exactly. So what happened? What happened when the George Floyd thing happened was that the pendulum. Let's just say there's a pendulum and it's swinging back and forth
Hmm.
because it's there's a balance there.
Every
Okay,
opposite
swinging back
action
and
has
forth.
a reaction. Yep.
Okay, exactly. So this pendulum had gone way too far over here,
Yes.
and it had all this police brutality, white
Yeah.
supremacy. It just went too far over here.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to that pendulum?
Shut.
It's going to
As
go
as
all the
Tom
way to the other
Hartman,
side.
I don't know if you know Tom Hartman. He made a great point about rioting and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
The reason you have riots is because people are expecting something. Their spirits are up and they expect something and they don't get it. You know, that's when you get riots. When so people you've been telling them they're equal, they should be treated a certain way. These are the police. You respect them. They're here to help. They're here to stop crime. When the police act and behave this way, you are defying expectations of what the people expected, and not just one or two people, whole countries, whole neighborhoods, large
Yeah.
groups of people. When you piss off a large group of people at one time like that,
Yeah.
they are going to act as one. And if it's anger, they're all going to act as one angry group of people because
Yeah.
they expect white people too. Angry, racist white people. What have they been expected? They own this shit. It's their country. This country's it's been their country for pretty much its whole existence. We are we just got our rights. Like we just got them. We've only had them fully completely since the Civil Rights Act. These white people, racist white people, had this shit for centuries.
And think
Yeah.
about like this psychology behind it, right? Think about, say, in slavery time,
Mm-hmm.
if you were a slave master, you could do whatever you wanted to a slave.
Yep.
That,
Rape
I
them,
mean,
kill them. Yep.
absolute power.
Anything.
Absolute power.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
You could do whatever. You could go out there, have sex, kill them,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
And guess what happened when the thought of that, even the thought of that got taken away by electing Abraham Lincoln.
And
He didn't
that,
even come out again. He wasn't even like that gung ho on it. Just the thought of that guy being elected
right. And
caused the what?
so think about that. Think about somebody saying, all right, well, you used to could do whatever the hell you felt like, all powerful, and well, now you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that that's over with.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. I'm not giving that up.
Yep.
I'm
What did
not
they do?
giving
They
that up.
got their guns and they shot at their own citizens, and it came to civil war. Yeah.
Not not
Yeah,
giving it
because
up.
they were used to having slaves and doing what they, and then that
And
got taken away.
don't forget, highly profitable.
Yeah. Oh, highly. Oh, yeah.
Highly profitable.
Yeah. The money, the power,
Everything.
yeah, everything that all got taken away, and they
And
got their
that
guns and
and that
shot at people.
yeah.
That's the thing. When people are expecting stuff a certain way, and you don't, provide that, or they feel like they've been lied to or cheated, they're going to react.
Yeah.
That goes to anybody. So when people get all mad about the rioting and looting and all that stuff like that, people are angry, and you got it. I'm not saying excuse it. I'm not saying it's right to break anybody's car or destroy property. I don't agree with that, but just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I can't understand why it's happening and understand that it's a natural reaction. People have been rioting for centuries. We ain't the first people that rioted.
No, I mean riot. What do you want to call it? Riot is war. What
Yeah,
is war?
yeah. Plumaging.
What is war?
Yeah, war.
That's
Yeah,
war.
yeah, yeah. It's nothing
Pretty
new.
much. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
the Boston Tea Party was a riot. It's like it's a riot. Like we come from insurgent backgrounds. The countries was founded on insurgency.
So getting back to the balance has to be balanced. So you can't do something to somebody and expect it to go on forever. That somebody is going to get
Yeah,
mad,
yeah,
and that so the energy that you put into to hurting somebody is going to come right back to you.
yep. Yin and the yang.
It's
Yep.
going to come right back to you. So if people see this, they see this anger, this rioting, well, why did this happen?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
just don't riot and go crazy for no reason.
Yeah.
They just say, "Oh, I'm getting up this morning. I feel like I'm just gonna go crazy
Yeah.
and
Nobody
jeopardize
does that.
everything I
Yeah.
have." And
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully, no matter what happens over the next few days, hopefully we can, as Americans, we can sit and try and see each other as human beings. Try and see each other as human beings.
You're way more optimistic than me.
Because
You're way more optimistic than me. I would say get ready for some shit, cuz
yeah,
either side is not going to be happy depending on the outcome. It's just not like cuz even if they get blown out, Trump is setting them up to think like they've been done wrong. So, like you said, the balance, Trump is tipping the scales. He's
Yeah, but
tipping the scales.
it's
So
gonna, it's
I
go
hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. But you know, I I would just say America in closing with you. Vote. Do go out and vote tomorrow. Do your thing. Uh Whoever you vote for, vote, do your thing, and hopefully this will be resolved and we can all come together and move forward as a country and get rid of this COVID shit, uh, and get back to life.
right. And just, you know, I like what you said, which is everybody go out and vote and remember that is what America is about.
Yeah,
Our participation.
yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's a democracy. You have to participate.
And just remember, it's a democracy and we would like to keep it that way.
Yeah, yeah. It, yeah. If you don't participate, if you don't want to get involved, you can't complain when shit goes left. Or I would say left, or shit goes south, I should say, because now we're talking about left and right. When shit
Yeah,
goes
no,
south,
let's not talk about left and
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Please,
shit goes
please.
south. If shit goes
South
south, yeah, you can't
goes
complain.
bad, goes bad.
Yeah, you can't complain if you didn't play in it. If you didn't get into the game when we needed you, don't talk about how we're playing the game because you had your chance to say your voice, but you didn't speak. And all you guys who are out there speaking, good luck, be safe. Uh, Yeah, and go vote. Um, yeah. I mean, we're all right. Good talk, Barb.
Yeah, next
Whole
time.
hour. We did it. Whole hour.
Wow.
All right. Any thing you want to shout out? Any things you got coming up? You want to address my small podcast community that you
Oh,
might be up to or doing?
I don't get anything.
Our friend, my friend Gerald Binford.
Uh huh.
Side note, he needs you as an actress. I told him to look you up, so look out for
Oh,
him. He does all these
okay.
skits. Comedian Gerald Benford.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I did a skit with him yesterday. It's on TikTok. I don't know. I'm the first, I just signed up with TikTok. I don't even know about this shit, but apparently it's on there, and he said he got a lot of views. So I'm willing to check that out.
Okay, just be
But
careful of those challenges on TikTok. Be
I'm doing
careful
that
of those
shit.
challenges.
I'm not doing that shit.
Okay.
All right. Folks, thank you for all you guys who've been watching online on Facebook. Uh, this is my friend Barbara Michaels. She's a teacher, comedian, actress, activist. And I'm J-Lat. I want to thank you guys for yapping with me on another podcast. Have a good day. Um, and hopefully we'll be a country on Wednesday.
Next week, hopefully, we'll still
Yeah,
be
hopefully we'll
here.
be a country and it's not anarchy. And I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Good night.
Peace.